Lion's Den, powered by KCB Bank. Elizabeth KCB came in as the very first contestant on Lion's Den Season 3.
Remember last year when we had a massive drought. This drought affected our maize crops. And apart from that, we are having rising lifestyle for gluten intolerance, gluten-free conditions all over the world. So Muhogo Foods cassava flour is a one-to-one replacement for wheat and maize flour. So you can use it to make your pancakes, you can use it to make your cakes, you can use it to make your ugali and any other meal. This market is estimated to be around $20 billion by 2020. I'm looking for 10 million shillings in exchange of 20% of my company.
It's rare to see someone so focused and determined in terms of their vision. She had thought about applying for the show from the very first season.
I think the reason why I decided to try it out is because I wanted more visibility, not only the money from the Lions, because I knew that the show would give me more visibility, both locally and internationally. And that's why I decided to apply.
The interest from the Lions was instantly fired up, and the questions came flying on the viability of the export market and the competitive market locally.
So what was your turnover in 2017?
And what does your distribution network look like?
Just tell us a little bit about the competition.
Who's your target market for this product?
The consumer audience you're targeting, do they know what gluten is? Are they aware of this condition?
I was actually also surprised that Kenyans are aware of the condition.
Great initiative. I mean, I've been reading a little bit about agribusiness and the whole issue of maize and the fact that it's the only staple we seem to be growing. And I'm sure you're going to do well. Personally, I'm not interested in this area, and so I wish you luck, but I'm out.
The Lions dropped out one by one, but Joanne Mwangi, in her very first season on The Den, came in with a tough offer of 55% of the business in return for the 10 million Elizabeth was asking for Muhogo Foods.
I'm feeling that you're asking for too much for too little. So for me, I would say that if I was to give you a straight offer right now, I would be offering you the 10 million shillings for 55% of the business.
So can we go lower to a 30%? At least I have more than 50%.
The numbers as Darshan has expressed them is exactly how I see them. I think that for the amount of money you're asking for, the valuation doesn't hold. And I'm very, very interested in the business, but at this moment I have to say I'm out.
The equally tough and determined Elizabeth felt this was too much to give up in terms of her business. She declined the offer. But 1 year on, Muhogo Foods is going places thanks to the publicity from the show.
Even though I didn't get the deal from the Lion's Den, we actually got a lot of visibility because actually from that day when it was aired, we got so many calls, so many people asking where they can get the flour. And actually some supermarkets listed us because of seeing us in the Den. So it was sort of a validation.
International and local buyers and investors started contacting her immediately after the show, and the sales have continued growing and growing. What motivates a young entrepreneur like Elizabeth? A lot more than just the financial gains that any business must strive to generate.
Initially, what drove me is the fact that I wanted to start my business and be my own boss. But with time, I was driven by the fact that I'm changing the lives of farmers in Kenya. They can tell a story. They can say that since we started working with Muhogo Foods, our revenue from our small farms have increased, and these farmers' lives have changed. You can see them buying more land. You can see them taking their kids to school because of the impact that we've had. The fact that we are also impacting our consumers in getting an alternative to maize and wheat flour, I think that's also something that drives me.
Being on the show appears to have made Elizabeth only stronger. Defying the doubts of the Lions, the export market for Muhogo Foods has grown to 15 countries as the orders keep coming and the plans keep getting bigger and bigger.
So far, you should, in the next, say, 5 to 10 years, you'll start seeing Muhogo Foods as a global brand. As a brand, whenever you go to the UK or go to the US or even Australia, that you will see Muhogo Foods on the shelves of supermarkets in all those countries.
Lion's Den, powered by KCB Bank.